It's tax season, and two big rivals are in the spotlight. Cash App Taxes versus Jackson Hewitt. Which one really delivers? On the left, Cash App Taxes. Lets you file for free in 2025. On the right, Jackson Hewitt, with one predictable price and expert help. Let's skip the buzzwords and look at what actually matters for your refund. We'll award points in 5 key categories and reveal exactly who takes the 2025 crown. The winner might surprise you. Here's the game plan. Imagine a mind map on the screen with bubbly branches popping out. Price and fees, user experience and platforms, supported tax situations, support and help, and guarantees and audit protection. That's what we'll dive into head-to-head, so you get the full picture, not just the marketing fluff. Okay, let's kick things off with price and fees, because, come on, who doesn't want to pay less? Or, better yet, nothing. Cash App Taxes, straight up, it's free. Like 100% free for federal and state returns. Honestly, you can't beat that unless you actually enjoy spending money on taxes. But there's a catch. You got to use their platform, and if you ever want real human expert help, well, sorry, that's not happening here. Now, Jackson Hewitt goes for this totally predictable flat $25 fee, no matter how wild your return is. Multi-state, self-employment, whatever. You know what? That's surprisingly straightforward, and I respect that. No free options, sadly, but at least if things get complicated, the price doesn't suddenly explode. Winner here is Cash App Taxes, just because free is free. On to user experience and how you actually file. Cash App Taxes is slick. The app's modern, totally mobile-friendly, and you can literally snap a photo of your W-2. It's like, why wasn't it always this easy? That being said, you do have to make a Cash App account, and if things get hairy with your taxes, it's not super beginner-friendly. Jackson Hewitt? Their dashboard is, well, simple. It just kind of works, but don't expect fireworks. You also have access to their physical locations, which is awesome if you need that hand-holding. But, and this always shocks me, no dedicated mobile tax app. Like, it's 2025, guys! Still, if you're old school, maybe you won't mind. Cash App Taxes takes this round because, honestly, using it just feels more fun. Let's talk about what kinds of tax situations these actually handle. With Cash App Taxes, you get most core federal and state forms. Even self-employed and crypto people are covered. Plus, free audit defense. Not bad. But there's some weird gaps, like no multi-state returns, and married filing separately in community property states is a no-go. So if your taxes are basic or slightly spicy, it's probably fine. But super complicated? Not so much. Jackson Hewitt, though, wow, this one's pretty robust. Multi-state? Sure. Freelance, business, itemized, weird situations, they handle it. And that flat price covers everything, which is kind of wild. But check their site for a few super rare exclusions. Neither is absolutely perfect, but here, honestly, it's a tie. Depends on how wild your taxes actually are. Oh, and here's something cool I bet you didn't know. Cash App Taxes is literally one of the only major platforms that'll do all forms for free. Like, seriously. Meanwhile, Jackson Hewitt, they keep it crazy simple with just one price, no matter how messy your tax situation is. Kind of wild how different their approaches are, right? Support and help. This is huge if you're scared to hit that submit button. So, Cash App Taxes gives you live chat, but mostly for tech stuff, and their knowledge base sits right in the app. Nice for quick info, but if you need a human walking you through tricky tax stuff, nope, not happening. Jackson Hewitt, on the other hand, is like the opposite. They've got in-person help at over 6,000 local offices and lots of online support. Plus, you can pay for direct expert advice if things get hairy. That's a big deal if your taxes make you sweat. Add-ons cost more, sure, and their interface is basic, but real help is hard to beat. So, Jackson Hewitt wins this one. Sometimes you just need that human touch. Last, let's hit guarantees and audit protection. Cash App Taxes offers a max refund and accuracy guarantee, plus free audit defense, which is honestly wild for a free service. Only thing is, if you actually get audited and need personalized legal help, they won't do the whole hand-holding thing. Jackson Hewitt gives you a backed accuracy guarantee, and audit assistance is available too, but heads up, sometimes it costs extra. So both take this pretty seriously, and frankly, it's another tie. Both are solid here. So, quick recap. Cash App Taxes crushes it on price and the app experience, but Jackson Hewitt pulls way ahead if you want in-person guidance or you're juggling complicated tax stuff. On the radar chart, Cash App Taxes spikes on affordability and digital vibes, but Jackson Hewitt rules in support and flexibility. All right, so here's my final honest take. If all you want is to file for free, your taxes aren't too complex, and you don't care about paying for expert help, Cash App Taxes is just like a no-brainer. But if you've got multi-state headaches, wild deductions, or you kind of panic at the idea of doing it alone, Jackson Hewitt is totally worth that $25. Both are great. Just pick what feels right for you. If any of this helped you out, definitely bookmark this for next tax season so you don't have to start your search all over. Seriously, tax time doesn't have to wreck your week. Just be smart about your tools.